In today's video, we're going to be ranking every single Guardian skin from worst to best. And we're not going to be including any Battle Pass skins because I don't think it's fair to include something that only costs 1000 VP and doesn't have any upgrades versus something that could have upgrades and usually costs significantly way more. Like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed, and let's go on to number 26, that being the Valorant Guardian. It's very obvious why this skin is at the bottom of the list because it is very ugly looking and definitely not worth 875 VP. And the only interesting thing I could really find about it is that you could technically find the art that it's based off of on Split. But that Easter egg alone is not enough to redeem this very ugly looking skin. Up next we have Wonder Stallion, and the reason why this skin is also very low is because I understand the vision they had, but I just believe they completely messed it up. If they would have upped the saturation on this skin, it would have looked way better because they were going for something that was like a rainbow magic, bright shiny colors, but for some odd reason they made the colors look extremely dull. Alright, let's take the Sovereign Guardian, a good skin, remove the upgrades, remove the variants, and slap on a green screen. I've said this like a million times now, but if they would have given these green screen skins upgrades, they would have sold like hotcakes. The Blue Lobster Guardian has been in the game for like literal years at this point, and I think I've only seen it once or twice. Like literally nobody has ever bought this skin. Like, it doesn't look bad, the colors are nice, but this is just not worth $8. Realistically, I could see a couple people buy this skin if they're a super big Cypher main, but apart from that, I don't think anybody would spend $17 on a Guardian skin with no upgrades, which is literally just Cypher hitting a JoJo pose. Visually, none of the Ego skins look bad, but they are just simply not worth $17. Also, the name doesn't quite fit. When I hear the word Ego, I think of Solemn Lament Gregor, not whatever this gun skin is. Although the colors do in fact kinda match. The entire Nebula collection is probably the only green screen skin that the community actually tolerates, but just because we happen to tolerate the skin doesn't mean that we're still not going to put it low on this list because it's not worth it. Don't ask why I sounded like a goblin there for a second. This could have been a good Guardian skin if they simply added in a couple more details like a finisher, a kill effect, and a couple variants. I've even went out of my way to make a couple. You can thank me later, Variant FP. This skin reminds me heavily of the Torque skins, which really makes me question why this also wasn't a Battle Pass skin, because what makes this one go into Battle Pass and this one not? The Abyssal Guardian gives me very heavy Subnautica underwater plant life vibes. I don't know how to describe it, but it just kind of looks that way. Visually, I don't mind the skin at all. I just think everything above it is simply better. Like the Intergrade Guardian, which not only has a better model in my opinion, but also costs less. That being that instead of it being deluxe, this one's actually select, only costing 875 VP. But even better has to be the Fortune's Hand Guardian. I don't know why I love this entire skin line so much visually. I don't know if it's the gold, the black marble, just something about the skin just looks very nice, and it was definitely promised to us 3,000 years ago. The last budget skin on this list is the Infantry Guardian, and it is so high up because of its Easter egg. Every time you shoot out all 12 bullets, you will in fact hear a Garand ping, and if you don't like listening to Garand pings, then I don't like you breathing the same air as me. And for my next couple of skins, this is my criteria to make a good Guardian skin. The shooting sound needs to be very punchy, like you're getting hit by a truck, and any skin of reload effects will automatically be higher up for me. And at number 13, we have Oni, because the firing sound of this skin is literally default. Usually custom firing effects is what gives a skin so much of its identity, and for some odd reason, Riot Games just simply forgot to give this skin any effects, and I don't know how many people don't talk about this ever. Because for some odd reason, Oni 1.0, no firing sounds. For this next opinion, I'm definitely gonna get shot in the streets like a certain CEO, but it definitely has to be the Recon Guardian, because the kill effect is literally all this skin has. It has no finisher, no custom firing sounds, no custom animations. Yes, it does change the grip, but to me, that's not enough. Now, the Araxis Guardian might have some pretty cool animations when you pull it out and reload it, but it's the firing sound that completely ruins the skin for me. It just sounds off, and I think it lingers on for far too long. If the firing sound would have been way more deeper, this skin definitely would be higher up. Next, we got the Spectrum Guardian, and out of all the Spectrum skins, this one is definitely the least used because the firing sounds are whack. You will always see a lot of Spectrum Classics, a lot of Spectrum Phantoms, Bulldogs, but you will basically never see the Guardian. This skin is not so common nowadays. A lot of people just kind of forgot about it, but the sound effects are not that bad, and some of the finishers are really good. I especially like the purple and orange one. The Neptune Guardian sounds really good and has a really very solid kill effect, but the only reason why it's kind of lower on this list is because a finisher for Neptune exists with Neptune 2.0, but Riot Games is so lazy they can't transfer over an existing finisher. The Magepunk Guardian has some of my favorite sound effects in the game by far, but the reason why this skin isn't any higher is because simply the variants are extremely boring. All they change is the color of the lightning while the body of the gun stays the same. Now for number 6, we do got the Gaia's Vengeance Guardian. Personally, these skins aren't my favorite. Like, I do like the Gaia's Vengeance skins, but I do think everything above it is slightly better, although I will not argue with the fact that the kill effect is really good. The Sovereign doesn't really have any animations whatsoever or any crazy effects, but the sound effects just carry it that much. Like, it has probably some of the best sounds in the entire game. Just that kill effect and shooting sound, perfect. Anthony, what the fuck is this? Why is Cyrax at number 4? And it's very simple. Despite the fact the default variant is very boring and some of the ugliest skins in the game, all the other variants look super good, like the purple, the orange, especially the red, and there's something about that barrel effect that I really like. I like the fact that every time you shoot the gun, it's one of those crystals that fly out. Like, I feel like nobody ever gave the Cyrax skins a chance because they were just overhated on launch, but trust me, if you give it a shot, you will love it. There's just something about the mechanical sounds of RGX that I just really love, and the extremely heavy hitting shots, alongside the cool inspect feature where you could change the color of the gun, and the fact that it has a tiny kill counter on the gun to show you how many kills you're currently at. Like, there's so many gimmicks in this skin that I don't feel like Riot does very often anymore. For number 2, we have Reaver, because simply that bell kill effect is just the most satisfying thing you could probably see in the entire game. And this is one of the only 2 Guardian skins that actually has a fully custom reload animation. That's right, only the premium Guardian skins have reload animations. Let that sink in. And for number 1, we got the other Guardian skin with a fully custom reload animation, and that is Prime. The fact that these are the only 2 Guardian skins with a custom reload is really sad, and I know a lot of people are going to joke about me putting Prime in number 1 because a lot of people just say how much I glaze these skins. I remember there's one comment that said I glaze Prime more than KSI, which was probably one of the funniest comments I've ever read. But yeah, Prime Guardian number 1. If you did end up disagreeing, that is perfectly fine to be wrong, as my opinion is gospel and is perfect. Anyways, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, as we're on our way to 20k subs. Anyways, see ya.